Hey, having a yogurt this morning. Well, I guess it's afternoon. It's actually almost 3 o'clock. I just have been doing a fast today. I was going to fast the whole day, but then I decided not to, and I did this whole little paleo trip. Like, I'm gonna go on paleo, blah blah blah, and I'm gonna be, the healthiest person ever. Look at all these petroleums in our food. Look at all of these plastics in our food, which are in processed foods. They are in many of the processed foods that we consume, that most people consume on a daily basis. Cookies, crackers, things of that nature. But I realized something, that very, very, very 0.01% of people actually eat this way on a daily basis for the rest of their lives. They eat meat and vegetables, basically, is what they eat, and a little bit of fruit, a little bit of nuts, a few starchy tubers here and there. And I'm not trying to bash the paleo thing, because all paleo means, well, I know paleo has some particular rules that you have to follow, like no peanuts and things like that, but for the most part it's basically just eating real food, just eating real food, aside from bread. Like, my mother-in-law makes this amazing bread, and she home makes it, and she sprouts it and all this stuff, and although that is real food, one of the paleo rules or whatever is that you can't have any kind of grain or bread because it causes inflammation. But basically it's just real food, and that's what I was trying to do. And I've been on kind of a calorie kick lately. I've been tracking my calories pretty faithfully, not perfect, but pretty faithfully for the last 2 weeks. And what I realized is that I've been making healthier choices while counting calories. At first it started off, I'm not going to eat all day, and then I'm going to go get 2,300 calories of fast food and stuff my face, to healthier decisions like, I think for lunch I'll have some fish and rice, or some vegetables and things like that, or instead of for breakfast getting McDonald's, I think that I'll have a Greek yogurt with double the protein type thing. And instead of I'll eat a whole pack of Reese's for snack, then I'll have a protein shake with some oats in it or something like that. And it's not that my whole day is healthy like that, but I was starting to incorporate, after a week of doing that sort of stuff for 5 days, those healthier choices in there. And I was still tracking my calories, and I was still enjoying myself, and I didn't feel any stress about it. But this paleo thing has just made me feel so stressful, man. It's like, I'm not sure how to describe what I feel about it. I just feel that, yeah, I would probably be the healthiest if I just ate meat and vegetables, meat that's grass-fed, vegetables that are organic, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it's very difficult to do that, one, because I have a lot of emotional attachments to food. Not necessarily the kind of attachment that makes me gorge myself on something because, I had a bad day, I want to, eat a bunch of donuts, but more so the attachment that comes with memories attached to that specific food, that smell, the taste, the consistency, the texture, the place. Like, for instance, my grandfather used to bring donuts home on Saturday mornings from Dunkin' Donuts. He'd bring donut holes and donuts and things like that when I was a boy, and that really impacted me, because it wasn't just about the silly little donut. Now that I'm a man, I remember his masculinity entering the house, his protection, that protective feeling that I felt, the comforting feeling of knowing that my grandfather was there he was more than just grandpa. He was a sign of stability for me as a child, and a role model, in some ways somewhat of a hero to me. And when I get a craving for a donut, and I'm used to getting that donut and almost revisiting that memory. It's an experience. It's not just shove it down, this tastes so good. At least for me. And I'm doing paleo, and I cannot have that. That makes me very, very uneasy. Makes me feel very stressed out. It makes me feel very emotional, very disattached to, with this scenario, with the donut, my grandfather. And maybe this is healthy, maybe it's unhealthy, maybe it's normal, maybe it's not, good, bad, I don't care. It's just, it is what it is. And like, my wife and I are planning a trip to Utah, and I just thought about going down there and, what am I going to do for all these meals? Of course, nothing's going to be grass-fed, and, that's okay. I can go with the regular hormone-pumped beef. But what about all these places that we like to visit? What about, getting gelato at this one place, or sharing a piece of pie at the other place? And it's very, very stressful and uneasy, and I'm sure that my cortisol levels, go through the roof when I think like this. But I think for myself, I have decided that yes, whole food choices are usually always better choices, but I don't want my weight to fluctuate up and down anymore. It's already done that enough throughout my life. 65 pounds here, 65 pounds there type thing. And there are a lot of negative side effects from having your weight fluctuate that much. Whether you're eating healthy foods or not. It's almost, the debate is it better to have a healthy weight and eat some crappy foods, or have your weight just all over the place and eat mostly good foods and some bad foods? Because nobody eats 100% of the time all clean, healthy foods. We just don't. It's just not human nature. I want my weight to stay the same. I want to get to my goal weight, which is about 190 pounds. I want to be able to stay at that weight and not have these times where I'm like, oh, I'm going to go off this really restrictive diet for a few days and binge, or oh, my wife and I are going on a trip, or oh, I want to revisit a family memory through eating this food, or whatever. I don't want to have to do that and then jump back on. I want to have the freedom to do whatever I want, and to know the consequences of what I'm doing, and the benefits and the cons of what I'm doing. And to be able to say, even if I do have a slice of pizza, or half a pizza, or whatever the hell I want to have, then I'm not blowing my diet. I'm still within my calories. Now, did I make the best micronutrient decision for my body of vitamins and minerals? No, I didn't. And I'm okay with not making that decision sometimes. What I'm not okay with is giving away my free will to make those decisions and saying, okay, I'm going to be on this restrictive plan, can't have this, can't have that. If I do, darn it, I've fallen off the wagon, okay, just got to get back on. With this form of eating, there is no falling off the wagon. There isn't the stress and guilt that comes with that association. And for me personally, when I do calorie count and do this, then I end up making healthier choices. Am I going to be a perfect eater? Absolutely not. Am I still going to have a pack of Reese's? Yeah. Am I still going to get a fast food burger? Yeah. I might get one every day. That's what I am. That's the eating plan that works for me. Is, look at Chick-fil-A. It's a piece of chicken in a bun. Yeah, the bun probably isn't that healthy, but chicken is, the tomato and lettuce is. You kind of have to give and take. There is a very fine line between what is and what should be, or what is and what we think should be. Those things are not the same. We all want to have, all of us who are really health nuts, we all want to have a perfect diet. We all want to have the key to health and things like that. And we know that it's diet and exercise. But what is and who we are, where we come from, the experiences that we're made up of, the cravings that we get, not just physiologically, but emotionally and mentally, energetically, I guess you would say, are personal and unique, and they are not what we think they should be. They are what they are. And so as soon as we start living in a reality where we see things as they really are, not turn our back and just keep pretending the way that they should be, then we can start to make real changes. Not just in health, not just in dieting, but in everything. In our family life, in our careers, in our towns, in our cities, in whatever. You name it and you can change it. So, that's my little spiel. That is why I will continue to be counting my calories and making healthy choices along the way. And I will be making some less than healthy choices along the way, like eating an entire pizza and doing things of that nature, because I want to, because that makes me happy, because it makes me feel good at some points, and because it is a lifestyle plan. Because eating a whole pizza, I don't have to go off a diet to eat a whole pizza. Now, do you think if I eat a whole pizza 2 days in a row, I'm going to want to do that in the near future? Probably not. Because I ate I ate 2 pizzas like a few weeks ago or whatever on this plan, and I haven't really felt the desire to eat an entire pizza again. Maybe I will soon. But that's my take on nutrition, that we need to do what works for us, what actually works for us, not just I want to do this because I want to be the healthiest. If you really want to do that, go ahead and try it out. But if it doesn't work out, start doing something that will work, that you can. Don't just look at a year from now. Don't look at, oh man, I'm going to be so healthy a year from now and I can maintain this and I can sustain this way of living. Look at 50 years from now. I'm 25. I'm looking at when I'm 75 years old. Can I eat this way for the next 50 years comfortably and still have good health and that kind of thing? And yes, the answer is yes, I can. Maybe I will die from a mainstream disease because I didn't have the perfect diet. This is a real thing. Maybe I will. But I have to come to terms with that fact that maybe I will. But look at all of the things, look at the way that I will live my life because of the comfortable way and the non-stressful, restrictive way that I will be eating. No, I'm not eating crap all the time, but I'm not eating meat and vegetables all the time. And so living in such a way as I choose to live and I want to live, and inside I feel that is right for me to live, how is that going to embody the rest of the actions that are displayed and skewed all throughout the rest of the years that I'm alive, my entire life? How do you think those actions are going to be? Happy, sad, guilty, restrictive? They're going to be good. They're going to be better than if I was restricting myself. So, count your calories. Make some healthy decisions. Make some healthy decisions. What I say is eat whatever you want and those healthy decisions will come along, because eating crappy food for every meal of every day, you're simply just not going to feel good, and you're going to want to make healthy decisions after that. So experience that and exercise. exercise.